video, we were going to discuss the topic about social studies as an integrated curriculum. So, I am your first discussant, Eliza Bulan. So, it says that if there's one feature that would make social studies stand out among other learning areas in basic education curriculum, it is its integrative nature, or it is integrated curriculum. And what is that integrated curriculum? It is something like a combined theme or a subject like history, geography, political science, and such. Social studies programs help students construct a knowledge base and attitudes drawn from academic disciplines as special ways of viewing reality. Each discipline begins from a specific perspective and applies unique processes for knowing to the study of reality. So it started at the specific perspective for the students to be able to study the real world issue. So let's say for an instance, history. So history uses the perspective of time to explore the causes and effects of events in the past. Another is political science. Political science, on the other hand, uses the perspective of political institution to explore structures and processes of governing. So, each discipline has perspectives in order for the learners to understand it more. Though it is important for students in social studies programs to begin to understand, appreciate, and apply the knowledge processes, the attitudes from academic disciplines. It is more enriching and rewarding to understand social realities using an integrative approach. So, as a student, it is important for us to understand the integrated curriculum in social studies subject. It is for each and everyone to have knowledge what's in real life and how can affect this to our lives. The advocacy for schools to offer an integrated is not new. In fact, as early as 1900s, the progressive educators already advocated this approach, believing that segregation of learning based on subject areas counters the education's holistic nature. In the context of social studies, the knowledge, skills, and attitudes within and across disciplines are integrated, though the amount and form of integration vary depending on the grade levels and other pedagogical consideration. So, social studies is not an irrelevant subject, right? It has a lot of learnings behind this subject. The knowledge, skills that students can get from here is achieving, and knowing the process of study, the reality is enriching.
So good afternoon, everyone. So I am the second reporter, and my topic is all about um, integrated versus interdisciplinary curriculum. So I will discuss what is the difference between integrated and interdisciplinary curriculum. So integrated versus interdisciplinary curriculum. Integrated is defined by Shoemaker 1989 is education that is organized in such a way that it cuts across subject lines, bringing together various aspects of the curriculum into meaningful association to focus upon broad areas of study. So meaning to say, um, integrated curriculum is described as one that connects different areas of study by cutting across subject matters, lives in emphasizing unifying. So, integration is also focuses on making connection for students and allowing them to engage in a relevant, meaningful activities that can be connected to the real life. So, uh, Shoemaker or Bain are trying to point out that when he said that integrated curriculum is concerned with enhancing with the possibilities for personal and social integration through organization of curriculum around significant problems and issues, collaboratively identified by educators and young people. So, Bain he posited that there are four core tenets to an integrated curriculum. So the first one is integrated experience. So when we say integrated experience, learners take an active role in the educational process by linking experience with the information shared by the teachers. So they reflect their life experience while connecting it into the curriculum content. So at what I said yesterday, um, if, for example, the content of the teacher is all about poverty, so it's easy for the student to construct a knowledge because they already experience it into the real life story. So the next one is social integration. So when we say social integration, is the social is the social integration encourage learners or students to examine the content from the position of power and action. It presents rich opportunities for learners to become socially aware and engaged. Like, for example, in one classroom, they are like knowing the different culture or culture of every individual. So social integration is also a process of creating unity, inclusion, and participation at all level of society with the diversity of personal attributes so that every person is free to be the person she or he wants to be. So the second one is integration of knowledge and integration of knowledge. Integration of knowledge is happen when learners solve problems using electric approach. So when we say electric approach, it is a method of language education that combines various approaches and methodologies to teach language depending on the aims of the lesson and the ability of the learners. So the learners acquired from various personal and classroom-based experience. So in the integration knowledge, it combined knowledge came from the student and for the teacher. So the goal of integration of knowledge and ideas is for the student to use multiple sources to address a question or solve a problem. And also it refers to the student ability to think across related text to compare and contrast a theme or the topic. So um, by doing this, the student must be identify the differences or the what do you think of the differences and um, the similarities of the knowledge or the content. The second one is the integration as a model curriculum. So integration as a curriculum model is achieved when the curriculum mirrors the realities and issues relevant to learn over the product, and when there's a concern emphasizes on project-based learning with direct application to addressing real-world issues. So common example of integration as a curriculum model is integrating reading, writing, and oral communication in language art. So um, this is the four tenets to integrate the curriculum. So, Rosemary Arisga will be discussing the interdisciplinary curriculum.
Good day, everyone. I am the third discussant for today. So, my topic is about interdisciplinary curriculum. So, what is interdisciplinary curriculum? Interdisciplinary curriculum is a curricular model that uses multiple disciplines or learning areas in examining a given theme, problem, topic, or issues. Interdisciplinary curriculum combining topic in the same subject, different competencies, and key learning areas. It is a type of teaching method or course plan that incorporate the contribution of several topics. Social studies is the perfect interdisciplinary subject area because it builds upon and incorporate other core subjects like math, science, or English. Like what I said a while ago, interdisciplinary curriculum is a combining topic in the same subject. For example, many elementary science curricula have units about weather and atmosphere, which you can supplement by studying how they affect society. Examining diverse regions and countries looking into how climate influences labor, agriculture, and cultural practices, students can deliver products that affect how weather has historically shaped life and ecology in the area. By delivering ongoing lessons that explain and explore certain motion, you will combine science with social studies. It is important because it encourages creativity and promote important contribution in field other than one's own expertise. In addition to creativity, it also enhances critical thinking skills to compare and contrast perspective from various disciplines. Combining several school subjects into one active project since that is how children encounter subject and the real world combined in one activity. So interdisciplinary curriculum or interdisciplinary planning is less time consuming than integration. And interdisciplinary curriculum not addresses real life problem like the researcher was supposed to do. So that's all. Michaela Garil will discuss about the differences and similarities of integrated curriculum and interdisciplinary curriculum.
Now, my name is Maria Micaela Garil, your next discussant. And for our deep understanding regarding interdisciplinary and integrated curriculum, we will talk about it. So, integrated and interdisciplinary curriculum are the same. However, Lenter in 2013 argued that interdisciplinary curriculum is more focused on teacher, meaning it is teacher determined. So the teacher will only be the source of information for the students. The teacher will prepare everything and he or she will lead the class and control the flow of the lesson. So, it is more on teacher responsibility to transfer the information and knowledge to his students. Because just like what we said earlier, interdisciplinary curriculum is more on subject and teacher centered. Let's move on to the integrated curriculum. So, integrated curriculum, this is where both teacher and student combine to gain information, to drive the inquiry presentation, and assessment process, meaning it is not only focused on the teacher, but focus as well on the student. So it will gain and develop deeper and powerful understanding of a topic such as an issue, person, or event. Regardless of varying differences in terms of theory and application between an interdisciplinary and integrated curriculum, both draw together knowledge, perspectives, and methods of inquiry from more than one discipline to develop a more powerful understanding. So the purpose of which is not to eliminate the individual disciplines but to use them in combination, just like according to Parker in 2005.